JHK here for Sportskeeda, and join me right now is UFC flyweight Tyson Nam back on the show. What's going on, man? What are you doing?
I'm good. I just got done with my third practice, so I'm exhausted.
Okay, man. Hopefully, we'll keep you entertained. So, we'll keep you on here.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing I want to get into is, just you, man. In the last 5 months, man. It's been 5 months between fights. What have you been into? What have you been doing?
I've been trying to work on some new crafts, as in adding to my game in mixed martial arts. Got some new additions to coaching. So, I expect something. I expect something awesome. June 19th.
New additions in coaching, man. That's interesting. What are the coaches? Who are the coaches? Sorry.
Rylan Lazarez, Ivan Flores. They are the coaches of a couple of known fighters. You may know them as Max Holloway, Yancy Medeiros, Martin Day. Those guys.
Okay, so you're over there at Gracie Techniques. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
Gracie Techniques.
All right,
Yes.
man. I just recently spoke with Yancy Medeiros, and he
Yeah.
spoke so highly of those guys. Is that something you've always been wanting to do? Is to kind of go over there and work with those guys, or is it just something lately that you just decided like, okay, I got to make that switch?
You know, I've we always cross trained with each other, and I just thought it was more beneficial for me to be over there majority of the time. So I made so I just go there a little bit more often. And even on a funnier note, Rylan Lazarez was actually my corner guy when I first started back in like 2006. So everything comes full circle.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, what has it been like, man? Have spending more time there? There, of course, you got Max and you got Yancey, bigger guys, but still, you could get work in with them. And I know you like to work with the big guys too, probably.
Yeah, I mean it's always a learning experience. They have so much knowledge of the game that little things here and there, and which actually makes a huge difference. These little things that they see make huge adjustments to just not mine, but just everybody in the room, right? Iron sharpens iron, and they're definitely helping lead the way for us Hawaii fighters.
Another trend that I've been seeing is I know if you've trained outside of Hawaii and on the mainland, but a lot of guys are coming back to Hawaii, man, and just staying there, doing their camps there. What is the reason behind that? What's the reason behind yourself doing it?
You know, I feel like Hawaii has always had just a lot of talent, whether it be mixed martial arts or even, sports, football, basketball. Everyone wants to go away just to experience something new. But here in Hawaii, we have just a variety and just upcoming really talented guys. And I wanted to come back just because all of my family and friends is here, and uh, what better place to train than waking up to 85-degree sunshine weather to train in.
Yeah, yeah. Waking up in paradise is a different feeling than waking up in, let's say, Antarctica or whatever, the polar opposites.
I was in Portland and it rained 10 months out of the year. So it was very rare sighting to see sunshine. But here in Hawaii we get, I want to say something like 275 days of sunshine
Yeah.
every year. So we're not in shortage of that here.
No, no. I spent 10 years in Seattle, man. I know exactly what you mean. I'll
Okay.
never live there again. Never, ever.
Oh yeah, we know exactly what it's all about.
For sure. Now, let's talk about, your last performance, man. You were supposed to fight Matt Snell in December. They delayed that, and you fought him in January. Talk about that performance, man. It was a split decision. I always hate split decisions because it's like you're hanging on the balance of the judges.
It was a close fight. Um, uh, any judge could have swayed it either any which way if they seen something that somebody else didn't see. But I mean, it was a close fight. I feel like I did enough to edge out a victory, but that's why you can't leave it in the judge's hands. But at the same time, it was just a good fight.
It when you dissect that performance or that fight overall, where do you feel like you could have done better? to sway the judges?
I feel like maybe definitely my output, right? I guess I don't punch enough or kick enough on top of the numbers, staying a little bit more active. I'm always trying to land one big huge knockout shot. So there's been a lot of things that we've been working on to help, like I said, to help to better my game in this next coming fight coming up.
For sure. Now let's talk about this guy that's coming up. You're facing Tagir Ulanbekov. You know what I mean? Like when they offered you him, did you have any idea who this guy was?
We actually fought in the same Russian promotion when I was fighting over there in Russia. So we're very we know each other pretty well, not on a personal level, but we know of each other. I actually wanted to fight him back then, but even better, we get to fight each other in the UFC. Yeah, we are not strangers to each other.
Of course, of course. No, skill for skill, man. When you just break it down, like what do you see, about him that is interesting to you?
I, as highly decorated as a wrestler, I guess you could say. I mean, Russians probably start wrestling when they're 4 years old. So I mean that's always their strong point. But I know that he does a lot of Western boxing. You know, he likes to stand, he likes to trade, and he'll mix in those takedowns here and there. But I think that's the one thing that stood out for me the most is he's very more striking heavy than I would have thought. Like a Russian would be.
Definitely, definitely, and that's gonna kind of work into your favor, I think, in the matchup, man, because you're known to sit there and throw those hands a little bit. You know what I mean? In
Mm-hmm.
Western
Mm-hmm.
boxing, you're familiar with it.
I've been in the game so long that I don't think he's gonna throw a punch, a kick, knee, elbow, takedown that I have never seen before. I think we'll be well prepared. And like I said, I've been training with different guys, training with new coaches. So I'm actually excited to see what I actually do in a fight. I mean, I'm gonna be just as surprised as you guys when it comes in June 19th, actually.
Fighting in that environment, though, with the empty arena and everything, how have you liked it, or has it been kind of weird for you?
So I enjoy it. I enjoy it. You get shuttled in, you warm up, you handle business, you get shuttled out, in and out, boom, 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 bang. But I enjoy it just because there's a lot less screaming, booing. It's kind of like, yeah, you're prepared, you're in, you're out, and you're off doing whatever you want to do after the fight.
It's like a kumite in a way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You just you get your licks in and shake hands after.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, you say you're anticipating your performance, but when you visualize your performance heading in, what do you see?
I always see me hitting my opponent, especially with his right hand. I like to touch people with his right hand because once it touches them, I mean, for some odd reason they seem to take a short nap right after. But I'm always striking heavy, but we've been working on a lot of new things to add to my arsenal.
The one thing about the guys at Gracie's Techniques, what I mean, they're great strikers, but behind that, they're great all around fighters. You know what I mean? So, I'm interested to see, what other aspects you're gonna pull out the hat, so to say.
Yeah, yeah, and even more so, I'm so excited just because I'm wondering if this old dog can learn new tricks after doing it for such a long period of time with all these certain habits that I have. So it's been a whole learning process again of just closing my mouth, opening up my ears, and just doing what my coaches tell me to do.
No doubt. And speaking of new coaches or coaches, the most famous coach right now is Joshua Fabio. Have you been following this thing with Diego Sanchez and like the back
I
and
I,
forth?
I have I haven't. Don't ask me any questions about that. I see a few things here and there and top, but I mean, it's none of my business. I
Mhm,
don't know any of those guys personally,
mhm.
so I just stay entertained, just like the masses. I hear this, I hear that, but it's no. I can't place judgment on top of anything just because I don't know personally about it.
Respect, man. Respect your opinion, man. And do you follow everything that's going on in MMA? That's one thing that I always wondered about you is, do you follow that, or do you just kind of get snippets here and there, and that's it?
Snippets here and there. Yeah. I train so much. Like I said, I just got done with my third workout of the day, and that takes about majority of the day. After that, I'm just trying to play video games or watch something really stupid on top of TV that I don't even have to think anymore after that. So if anything pops up on social media that I look at, I mean, it better be about 10 words or less, or I'm skipping over it.
Yeah, headlines, right? Headlines.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
That's all.
I feel you. I feel you. Now, what are you playing? What are you watching, man? I'm always looking for suggestions on that.
I mean, I'm always a big 80s movies fan.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Uh,
Sylvester Stallone. I love all of those combative, action-packed type of movies, as well as like slapstick comedies or even like scary movies here and there. Definitely no chick flicks or any type of murder mysteries. Like I said, that I gotta think. If I gotta think about it, I mean, I'm probably falling asleep.
yeah, if you want to go to sleep early tonight, you go
Yeah,
turn on the murder mystery.
yeah. Turn on the Notebook or something.
Yeah.
I'm out within less than 5 minutes.
Is it Bloodsport or Above the Law? What are you gonna choose?
Bloodsport.
All right.
Bloodsport. Above the Law is Steven Seagal, correct?
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, no, no. I'm definitely much more of a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan over Seagal. He had some good ones, but I mean, Bloodsport, Kickboxer. There's no comparison to it when it comes to like those good old fashioned '80s movies.
Have you ever had any run-ins with like somebody that you watched in the past? Because you've been all around the world, man. So have you ever met anybody that you've actually saw on TV or watched their movies or anything?
So I used to work at a 24-hour fitness in Portland, and like it was like the small little 24-hour fitness, but for some reason they always had like the athletes and these movie actors staying at the hotel right next over there. And I mean, the UFC fighters come in, but one day like the Rock, Dwayne Johnson was working out up in there, and it's kind of like, whoa, he really is as big as he looks on TV. He is that big. I mean, I didn't go and fanboy. I mean, he was in the middle of his pump session, getting ready for back then he was still wrestling. So I didn't want to get in the mix to shake his hand or just interrupt his pump session. He looked pretty focused.
Yeah, you can't get him in mid pump, man. That's not a good idea, huh?
No, no, no. That'd be a bad idea.
For sure, man. Hey, Tyson, man, appreciate the time, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you compete again in that octagon. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, and good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's always a pleasure, John.